There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
Dark Souls Run.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I'm gonna try a pyromancer. I thought about sorcerer.
Ooh,
And
pyromancers are doing mage builds as much shit as they get for like on the PvP community for saying, oh, they're just doing like easy mode Dark Souls, as easy mode as it can be. They're actually kind of fun because it's really just kind of cool and fun to see, like, oh man, I love that. I mean, yeah, it adds a bit of challenge to, meaning that you really can't get hit a lot.
a little bit. Yeah.
Like, you have to be
Same goes
really,
with the
you have to be,
pyromancer too.
yeah, you have to be really careful about not getting hit by things, but it also is just kind of fun to see, like, wow, that's a massive amount of damage I did with one attack. That's insane.
Yeah, the fireball. I fought the asylum demon, and obviously the drop attack get him at half health, but like the sorry well, the fireball did a lot of damage to him, and that's just like one fireball was enough. It was just poof, like it did a massive amount of damage to him. I think I only hit him with the axe like a couple of times. So it was really kind of interesting to see that, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. So, fun thing happened. I found out today at 7 o'clock. I wasn't up at that point, but well, I was up, but I went back to sleep because I was tired. At 7:29 this morning, I got an email from Steam.
Yeah.
For the Steam mobile authenticator.
Oh yeah.
Where Steam was saying, hey, this person from IP address 1.51. Something, I don't remember, I have it. Something that wasn't mine, from fucking Vietnam,
was using
attempted to log into my Steam account. They couldn't, because Steam Guard doesn't let you unless you have access to, like, the email and the code that they send you.
Yeah.
So they won't be able to actually do it.
I did that. I actually, set it up last night.
Steam Guard?
Something. Yeah.
Steam Guard should be something you set up. It should be immediate as soon as you have a Steam account, because otherwise people can do some crazy shit.
I know. That's why I set it up, and it was really interesting because I set it up, and immediately I noticed that it had a code at the top after I set everything up, and it's like continuously just like there's like a timer at the bottom, and it goes down continuously, and it's just once that timer stops, it gives a new code. So it gives you a new code every couple of seconds. So so if you want to trade with someone, then you do that. And so that way there's and it tells you before the trade and everything.
Yeah.
So no more fishing. So,
yeah. But yeah, so they tried to log in. They got I mean, obviously people know my username. It's not that hard to guess because it's my username. And I guess they knew my really old password that when I made this account. I haven't changed my password on my Steam account since I made it. So I guess it was a matter of time until someone figured it out. Because it's been so long since I've had that password. So it's changed now, and so it's like, alright, so now my password's changed. Congratulations, you were able to get Steam to say we sent you a code, even though they didn't send it to you, so you made it real far.
Yep.
But yeah, they weren't able to do jack shit with it. I'm just surprised it was someone from Vietnam, and I have to figure it was due to my old RuneScape days, because I think I used the same password on that account. I have to figure it was a result of that.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it has to be.
It's pretty good. It works good.
It's every single time you use it. Every single time you use a different computer, because every single computer, even if they're on the same Wi-Fi network, is going to be assigned a different IP address and everything. So it's like, hey, this is a different computer than the one you tried to log on to previously. Is this actually you trying to log in?
Be very similar. There's like a way to set that up.
Yeah, you can set them up, but either way, yeah. So it makes it sit there and be like, hey. This is the new computer. It might be only 2 feet away from the other computer you just logged into, but this is a different computer. Are you sure you want to authorize this computer to log in? And then you can be like, no or yes. So it's like, that's pretty good. So all the people over in Vietnam can go fuck yourselves.
Take that, Vietnam. Fuck you.
Right?
Sick of your shit.
This is payback.
This is payback for that thing that you did?
For the years between
1911 and 1912.
No, I was thinking of Vietnam
19
War, and I'm trying to think of the first year it started. Because I can't...
1960 something, like 1960.
64? Was it 64?
Or, I think it was, yeah, it was...
I think it was 64 to 71.
68 was a crazy year.
68 was definitely, like, the height, I'd say, of the war, yeah. 68 and 69 were pretty...
really tall.
What?
Got really tall that year.
Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah.
I've been running around Firelink for long enough. It's time for me to see if I have to... Oh, God, I'm gonna hate myself, but... Well, no, I'm not gonna hate myself.
If you just streamed that entire conversation about the Steam Authenticator, it's like, hey, get Steam Authenticator, guys.
Yeah, Steam, I'm advertising for you.
Yeah, it's money. Give me, please. Probably not, though. Probably not.
Yeah, I have to look up. God, this is gonna be the worst. I have to find all of the.
Use a firewall.
I have to find all of the rings that are in Dark Souls now.
Yeah. Let's see here.
All right. I got the life ring +1. So what's the life ring +2 is in New Game Plus. Lothric Castle from the Dark Room.
Alright, so I haven't died yet, but it kind of stinks because I gotta like offer up my humanity to Kindle. I don't want to take any risks. I don't want to die, lose anything yet. I chose Pyromancy because it seemed kind of like the easiest thing. Because it starts at level 1, so you're gonna require less souls from the beginning.
Well, Pyromancer's it's the class everyone chooses for soul level 1 runs.
Yeah, that's
because it's the only soul level 1 character.
It's the only one, not even the deprived.
Because the thing about deprived is that all his stats are equal. The thing about Pyromancer and the reason why Pyromancer can go and not have any stats and be soul level 1 is because Pyromancy doesn't require you to have any stats in anything.
It doesn't, yeah.
It's the only thing that does it. Like sorcery, you need to have intelligence. Faith, you need to have faith, miracles, you need to have faith build. You know, nothing else doesn't require stats. Like, you can cast every single Pyromancy. The
only thing it really needs is like attunement. But like
it needs a little. It has. You need to level up your Pyromancy flame, and you need to have humanity, and that's what makes your Pyromancies do more damage. Well, the Chaos Pyromancy specifically, and the Dark ones do humanity.
But like, still, it's good to have humanity.
It's absolutely good to have humanity. Like, it doesn't hurt. But those are the things, and those aren't things that require levels. So that's literally the only build that can start as soul level 1. Everything else wouldn't make sense because it's like, hey, you want to be a sorcerer? Well, we're gonna start you off at soul level 1, but that also means that either one, all your other stats are ridiculously low, so that your intelligence can be high enough, or your intelligence isn't even high enough to cast the spells you have.
Well, like that's the thing with like the sorcerer build, like your physical attacks like strength and dexterity are extremely low at the beginning. They're like really, really low. I noticed. So, like, the thing about that is that, like, the Pyromancer starts off with 12 strength. Like, hot damn. That's enough to wield this heavy battle axe just at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
And, like, I start off, like, one of the first levels I got was, like, I leveled up my strength so that way I can deal a little bit more damage and not have to take 3 swings to kill enemies, just 2. Make it a little bit more convenient and make it work a little bit better. And it worked out pretty well. And it's worked out thus far. But I was thinking I might actually want to try to invest a little bit in some sorcery because I'm gonna be leveling up my attunement anyway, right? So here's the thing:
right.
I wanted to try out sorcerer, so I might as well just try to go get some sorcery stuff while I'm for being this fucking sorcerer. I'm thinking it's gonna look like it's gonna work out pretty well because I grabbed the shield that one of the first things I bought was like a shield that does 100 damage, like 100 physical reduction. And I've already got everything I could use, especially for things like Blighttown, because I know that this set of armor has like the highest poison resistance.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at least one of them, as far as I'm aware of. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, gotta buy that key for 1,000. Yeah, fine. I'm just gonna go buy
At
one.
first, I remember when I was because I was leveling up my I was pretty much leveling up every single stat in this game now in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking originally when I first went in to like do the attunement, like seeing what attunement would level up. Obviously, attunement gives you more attunement slots, but then it also levels up your FP, which I remember at first thinking that's stupid. It should be intelligence, but now I think about it, and actually makes it's actually smarter that way because it's like
it kind of depends upon like
because if you're a faith, because if you're
and sorcery.
yeah, because if you're a faith build and you only level up your faith, well then you can't cast that many miracles. So they need to do it on the thing that balances it out. So it's like never mind, I was not thinking it, and I'm stupid. Because I'm just used to thinking like the typical.
Sense.
I'm used to thinking the typical RPG style like a Morrowind or a Skyrim or Oblivion, where leveling up intelligence in that game, because that's the only thing that's pretty much dependent on being able to cast spells, is the thing that gives you more mana.
Yeah,
and that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's
Souls,
different in this game, and it's different.
Yeah, that's like a thing that a lot of people would be doing, and I know I would definitely think it first as well.
You would immediately think intelligence is what's going to get you more casts.
Yeah, that's what you would think, right?
It's the standard.
It's the standard. No. So wait, I actually, if I level up my attunement, the spell that I already have equipped, can I get more casts out of that, or do I have to equip another like thing for fireball?
Oh, in Dark Souls 1?
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1 is operating on the non-mana thing again, where the amount of casts it has is static. So you either have to get the same thing and equip 2 of it to have more casts, or you just have the same amount of casts. You can't just get any more by leveling up stats.
Yeah, and there's no way to like
you have to have 2 fireballs to attune, and then you can equip both of them, and they're the same thing, but that'll give you 2 sets of fireballs to cast, which would be like I think 16.
Yeah, 16 in total, yeah. But like I think you don't have to like switch it out if you like equip 2 of the same spell. Like you don't have to switch them out in order to
No, they stack.
Yeah. Just stacks, yeah. So it's just like, people are gonna be doing that anyways. They're just like,
why make the extra trouble that once they run out on the one, they can just why put that much work into it?
Yeah, it's more shit than is necessary. But yeah. The Taurus demon, I don't even know why I would bother using pyromancy on it, because all I've ever done is just try to do things like do the falling attack, because that's just all you have to do is just run past them, climb up the tower, fall attack, because it's just too narrow for you to be able to do anything else.
What I'd always do for him is I'd obviously do gold pine resin.
Oh.
And then and then after you do the gold pine, because he's weak to lightning.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's weak to lightning.
I had no idea.
But I mean, there's two things that I think most demons are weak to, and they're all weak to lightning, and they all take 50% more damage from Black Knight weapons.
Nice.
Which a lot of people apparently don't know that they take extra damage from those, and it's like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes sense because lightning is like faith, right?
Yeah.
So
lightning is basically that's kind of a faith
fighting
thing.
a demon with your faith is like, nope, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, lightning. I always equip the gold pine resin to do more damage to him. Obviously, I do 1 drop down attack, and after that, then I just stay between his legs and just kind of chop at his knees. And the only attack he'll do, there's only like 2 things he'll do when you're between his knees, really. And the one is he'll like slam the ground right beneath him, in front of him, and you can just do 1 roll. It doesn't, invincibility frame it, just do a roll. And the other thing he might do is to get himself some distance, he'll do like a jump back, and he'll leap back, but in reality the leaping back only gives you more opportunity to do more.
Yeah.
So it's just like, everything he does at that point is pretty much he can't do anything.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you're doing and know how to handle it, which new players might be not so great at it, but...
Yeah.
Once you kind of get used to and understand the invincibility frames and rolling mechanics and stuff like that, it's trivial. It's just like in Dark Souls where, like, for the first time playing it, everyone... Oh, you died.
Yeah.
It's just like for everyone in the first time playing Dark Souls,
I was fighting the Black Knight, though.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Which is probably kind of stupid because I'm not as used to it, and I have like no poise. So I'm
Eh,
used to just like blocking
if you
things.
want to fight the Black Knight, fight the Black Knight.
Well, I'm not the best ever, and I think it's just
Are
kind of stupid. So
you any
I'm not
decent at Are you any decent at parrying?
like not even slightly.
Not even. Okay, then that's
I
yeah.
can't parry. I can't parry the most basic enemies in the game. I just haven't tried because it was just difficult.
All right.
So wait, do you have to be human in order for like the effects of like the empowering effects of humanity to take place, or do you have to, or does it not matter?
Um.
Because I know that like I'll have humanity in the thing, but it won't like. But I'm not human, so I'm not. I don't know if it will matter as much.
I
Because like
honestly
is
don't actually know. I've never done builds that relied on humanity to do more damage or anything like that, so
so
I
like no
wouldn't be
magic at
able to
all.
tell you.
Nothing like magic related ever.
Wait, were you asking me a question? Sorry, I was looking at something.
Oh, like you've never done anything magic whatsoever? Because like
I've
it's
done
like magic
sorceries, but
related.
that's about it. Well, I've tried a little bit of sorceries, I should say.
Well, that relies a little bit on humanity.
Not
But no
really.
matter what,
It doesn't really rely anything on humanity.
I don't fucking know.
Sorcery is completely based on scaling with your intelligence and whatever catalyst you're using.
Okay.
It doesn't have any humanity based anything.
Catalyst is like a.
It's pyromancy does humanity and chaos weapons scale with your humanity.
Okay, but chaos weapons are from like Artorias of the Abyss.
No, that's from like
Okay.
that's like Witch of Izalith type stuff.
Okay.
Like
So
that's
that's
yeah, chaos is like the pyromancies that when you throw them, instead of it just being fire, it leaves lava afterwards. That's the chaos. That's the chaos variant.
it's the chaos crystals.
It's the chaos crystals. All right, I gotta go get this ring. I hope that it still exists in New Game Plus,
That would be nice.
because if not, then I'm gonna be not so happy.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Look up humanity stuff.
Yeah, stuff on that.
I'm very positive that it only really affects those kind of things. It affects your item discovery for as well, but that doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, no, I know that, but like I kind of like to keep it up high because I like to get stuff like items in the early game.
I just play, yeah. In general, I don't usually care. I just play with whatever my humanity is at. Like, I'll just keep going. I don't try to like change it. Whatever it's at, it's at.
I like to get as much humanity as possible, but I don't know if there's any like downsides to that because I know so far I know that in like Bloodborne, if the higher that your insight is, the less frenzy resistance that you have. So like that one area that I'm at, like the Nightmare of Mensis, like there's a lot of frenzy stuff that can be going on like later on, and the problem and like that's obviously a problem.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just went to the thing and just spent all of my humanity, in my insight, just to get rid of it.
If I recall correctly, only up to 10 does the scaling and
Yeah.
stuff with humanity even really do all that much. So to
Yeah,
have anything more than
those.
10 equipped doesn't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
It's that the only risk is if you die, you might lose it all, and it's not like it's that's about it. It's just the risk of having it because it's the risk of having it because if you die, you lose it, and if you don't go back and get it, it's gone.
Well, if that's the case, just keep like a small amount. It's always good to have like at least.
If I recall correctly, only up to 10 does the scaling and stuff with humanity even really do all that much. So to have anything more than 10 equipped doesn't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. Like maybe it'll take away something, but.
It makes I think it makes a little bit of difference, but not enough to make it worth it.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose it all,
it's like scaling your stuff past level 40 because it doesn't really make all that much difference if you pass level 40.
Okay. But yeah, okay. Come on, get up here, get up here. God, these guys with the fucking shield, the hulls, and just keep fucking wherever. I'm just gonna jump. That was good.
I just kind of stood there and took that.
Alright, gotta get that. There.
That would have been the attack. There we go.
There you go. Hey, there's that.
Hey, there's.
Hey, there's. Okay, no. Oh, fuck. Forgot. My problem is I keep forgetting that I don't have a shield, and I keep using my flame by accident.
Oh, as a shield?
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah. The one thing that, as much as I like the weapon arts in this game, because they're cool, and I like the weapon arts, as much as I like them, the only thing about weapon arts that I don't like is that it makes it so that it used to be that I could use LT or LB as my block or shield button, and I just hate the LB button on the Xbox One controller because it's just so clicky and like I hate that. But the LT is so soft. Like I don't like the clicky. I don't like the clickiness. Also,
Well, I don't know if you can hear it, but like my thing is clicking really. My thing clicks somewhat too.
like
And like both my PS3 and 360 controllers both click.
yeah, I don't like my controllers to be super clicky. I just don't like bothersome stuff like that. Like I just like it to be softer. And the thing about like it's also like the sensitivity on the way that the LB button works as well. You're not watching the stream, but it doesn't matter. But people in the stream can see it. Is like there you can hear me clicking in. And I didn't unclick, but I'm like cycling between blocking and not blocking because the way the sensitivity works on it is that not holding it down like well enough, it won't register as being pressed. So you have to like you have to hold it down decently. Like you have to kind of hold it down and make sure you're holding it down. But I don't like putting that. I don't like I don't want to have to. I shouldn't have to put that much pressure on the button for it to work. Because that's just extra wear and tear to the mechanism that I don't think it needs to have.
And you don't want.
Yeah, I don't want to put all that much extra pressure on it to make sure I'm holding the button down, and that's weird.
Well, this is kind of exclusive
Not
to
weird,
my
I guess,
360 controller, but like my left stick, and I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to make it stop. It just happens, and I don't want to open it up and fuck with something that I don't understand and like mess up the only controller that I have. But like, basically, the left stick, if I push it up, it'll stick forward. And like it'll be very slightly, but like I'll forget that it sticks sometimes, and I'll be running forward like in this in Dark Souls, and then it'll stick, and then I'll look away for a second, and next thing I know, I fell off a fucking cliff.
Like I like the Xbox One controller. Like it's definitely one of my. I'd say it's one of my favorites for sure of controllers for the Xbox One because I enjoy controllers that have a little bit of weight to them. And they have a little bit of weight and ergonomically designed, it's fine. And all that kind of stuff, so it's good for that reason.
Yeah.
I like it more than I like the PS4 controller, because the PS4 controller is, like, really lightweight. Not that it's a bad controller, but it's it's really lightweight and feels almost flimsy. Where
like you're gonna snap it.
I'm gonna snap it, where I'm afraid if I hold it or, like, squeeze it too hard, I'll just break the controller. And it probably won't happen, but your mind can't help but think that.
Yeah.
So like I know that I can do all this stuff with the Xbox One controller and it's gonna be fine. And the PS4 controller, DualShock 4, is like I want to be a little bit gentler with it. And sometimes that gentleness and being like extra gentle with the controller prevents you from playing the way that you need to, I guess, because you don't. You're not moving your hands the way you normally would.
Yeah.
Which might be weird to say, and some people might say it's stupid, but like it's a legitimate thing.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention whenever I hold down, sometimes it'll stick and it'll be like I'm not running down. I'm casually strolling down. And so if like right now I'm facing the Taurus demon, right? I run away and I run back, and then like next thing I know, all of a sudden I'm not running away from him. I'm just fucking walking, and then he could just fucking destroy me if I wasn't more careful than that.
Yeah.
Like even if I try to run, it doesn't quite work as well as I hoped. But yeah, I never really noticed that because I never really like hold my controllers hard or anything, and I never really like feel like I'm gonna grip them too much, unless of course they're like really small or something like the Super Nintendo controller. But that's like exclusive because it wasn't designed with adults in mind at first.
I mean, I guess
Camera.
I have a meatier grip. Like, I grip things and have, like, a stronger grip. And I tend to just naturally do things, like, with a stronger grip. I just feel like that's just what you do. I don't... Like, when I shake someone's hand, like, I'm the kind of person... Like, you're supposed to give a nice firm grip when you shake someone's hand, and it's always really unsettling when someone gives you, like, that... I'm just gonna, like, grab you with like 3 fingers handshake. It's like, what? It's like, you sick?
Here, let's shake this wet noodle together as greetings.
Yeah, like, no, it's like, no, I've always been, you know, I've always been like a firm handshake is the way to go, and so on that note, everything that I do is like, you know, a nice, strong, firm grip on everything, as long as it can handle it, is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I've just naturally kept myself to having a stronger grip on stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine. You know? Like,
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No problem. Yeah.
But it's just, it just also compounds on the fact then that when I'm holding a flimsy feeling controller, it makes me like, I don't want to break this thing. Especially since controllers are ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty fucking, like $60 is a lot for just one.
$60 for a controller is ridiculous. The technology that goes into that controller is not worth $60 anymore. Maybe when you first invented wireless controllers, that was the research and stuff. That you know, maybe I can understand paying for it because you did a lot of research into that. But you haven't changed the technology of a controller since those things were made. The only thing you've changed is their ergonomic design at most, and even then. Especially in the case of the PS4 controller, it's the same thing. It hasn't changed. The only difference the Xbox One controller really has, like, it feels nice, sure, but the only real difference it has is that the buttons aren't color-coded other than the letters on them anymore. It's essentially the only real... Like, other than that, it's not really that much different.
Yeah.
So $60? No thank you. That's stupid. It shouldn't cost that much. A controller should be like maybe $30, and I'd be like, all right, I can see that. Like that's like $30. I'd be like that. I can see that. That's understandable, and I'll accept $30 because it's not, you know. But $60 is like I can. You can either choose. You can choose one of two things. I can either buy that new game I'm really looking forward to, or I can buy a controller so I could do co-op with my friends.
So I can actually play a game.
Or so you can actually play the game, yeah. I mean, the Xbox One comes with a controller, so, you know, whatever.
Well, I mean, all consoles.
All consoles come with a controller, but if you want to have I have two Xbox One controllers because I didn't have an Xbox One until the one that I won in the raffle.
But you still gotta pay money for the Xbox One, yeah.
But I bought an Xbox One controller so I could play games on my computer, so I could do stuff with that controller because the Xbox 360 controller I'd given to someone else at that point because I had this like PS3 controller that stopped registering with the with the computer. It was a cheap, flimsy PS3 controller anyway, so I don't really care that much. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a reliable brand. I'm gonna buy the new one, since it's, you know, probably easier to do it. I'm gonna buy the Xbox One controller. Mainly because also I don't think the Xbox 360 controllers I think were also still just as expensive, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll just buy the Xbox One controller and just go with that. Especially,
well, it's just as expensive, even though it doesn't make any sense. But like, they got you by the balls. They know that like there's no way out of it, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah. So then I spent, you know, $50-$60 on a controller a while ago, which I think that's a ridiculous price to pay. But I was willing to pay it because otherwise I just wouldn't have a controller for my computer anymore, and I needed something.
I'm forced. You need something, and that it's not like it's you're forced.
You are. They kind of stranglehold you. It's the same.
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing people do with internet providers, where they know that you don't have anything else to offer because no one else is in the area. So they're like, guess what? You're gonna get 10 megabits per second down and 2 megabits per second up, and you're gonna pay us $100 a month to get that, or you're not gonna have internet because no one else is here.
Yeah.
And that might be a ridiculous example that
terrible.
doesn't exist, because I think even that would be pushing it to the boundaries where they're not that evil. I don't think anyone offers only that much for $100 a month, because that's pathetically nothing.
Pathetic, yeah.
Like, I don't, like, obviously that's just a random example, but my point is, you know, the point remains that they all like, hey, guess what? You're gonna get this crappy internet for way higher price than everyone else would offer anywhere else, but you don't have a choice, or otherwise you just don't have internet.
Yeah.
And at this point, can you live without internet? Hardly.
Yeah, no,
Like-
you can't.
Like,
There's
you
no-
really can't. You really can't go without internet in today's age in like a first world country. You can't not have internet. You can't not have phone. You can't not have
Yeah.
TV. I mean, TV would be the first thing to go out of any of those three things, because it's the least necessary. Because
I don't even watch TV anymore.
I don't really watch TV that much anymore either, but that's what I mean, is like TV's the least necessary, but they know that, like, okay, we're gonna get you on internet and we're gonna get you on phones, because you can't live your life without those anymore.
You can't.
It's just not, because everyone's, you're gonna go to get a job and they're gonna say, hey, what's your phone number? And you say, I don't have a phone. It's like, well, how do we get in contact with you? It's like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, we don't want you here because we can't contact you. Like, that's a legitimate thing they'd be concerned about, because how are they supposed to contact you if you don't have a phone? So you need to have a phone.
Yeah.
So that's like the first necessity, and then having internet, email, keeping in touch with people, internet has so many uses, research and everything as well, that you really can't go without internet. It's not as necessarily as having a phone, but it's at a point where not having it would be a detriment to your life at that point, because like you're living without something that so many people have and everyone uses, and it has so many uses that people use it for.
Yeah, like I said, they got you by the balls.
They got you by the balls. I'm gonna change something really quick. I think my bit rate is too high, I think, for what's it called, the stream. So I'm gonna restart the stream at a little bit lower of bit rate, because it's like freaking out about it.
Yeah.
Because depending on the resolution you upload in, which I'm only doing 720p, the bit rate is like, so I'm gonna edit it around, see if I can make it a little bit not so wonky with how it keeps changing the numbers so crazily. So